I hope you guys are in the mood for a long movie today or a long video because I filmed quite a bit. It's Wednesday the 17th of March, and we did two workouts. This is the morning workout here. We started off with front squats for Travis, Chris, Mike, and James. Caleb and Tom did something a little different. This is 212. These guys are really tired today. We've done a lot of training Monday, Tuesday, and we'll do a lot of training today. They started out the day tired and it got worse. It got worse as it went on. In the afternoon, Travis actually said he was so tired he felt like he was drunk, like he was kind of dizzy. And I understand it. That's pretty much the way everybody was acting. That's 182. Believe it or not, James is going to come back and redo that, go back down, work back up, and get that. But those four guys that I mentioned started off on front squats, and they did power snatches and then jerks. There's James going back down, doing 160 again. Caleb and Tom worked on snatches first, and then did some fairly heavy clean and jerks, and then front squatted up to a heavy single. So they're on a little bit different workout than the first four. This is 160 here. They're on a little different workout than the first four. We had Don McCauley here for 2 days, and Caleb and Tom both of them have been having a little bit of trouble in snatches, especially with consistency and just making different mistakes. This is 82. So he went back after he missed. He went back down to 60, then 75, then back up to 82 again. So those two over there working with Don, they didn't really have a set workout other than work on snatches for the first 45 minutes of the training session. And I gotta say, Don did a really good job. He coached them 2 days in a row, and by the end of today, they were doing much better than they were Tuesday morning. Just saw Mike Zella miss 165, just like James. He's going to go back down, work back up, and hit that. This is he's trying 86 there and wouldn't go. His max is 92, but as tired as they are right now, to hit 82 is pretty good. Really, I don't know how Don stands that close in front of those guys while they're snatching, because I would be scared I'd get a sore head from having the bar dropped on it. But he wants to risk his neck. That's up to him, I guess. They're both having trouble not sweeping the bar in very good and getting forward on their foot too early in the pull, not staying back on their heels. Don's very able to coach that sort of thing. He's very good at it, solving those types of problems. The other thing that both of them weren't doing, and the cues I was using to try to get them to drop straight down into the bar just weren't working. They both, to varying degrees, there's Zella coming back and hitting that 65. They both, to varying degrees, were pulling their chest and head down instead of just dropping their hips straight down and keeping the chest up when they went under. And you'll see them a little bit later in the video doing a very good job with 125, 130 type weights and looking really good doing it. Better than they've looked for a while. Don almost died there. He seems oblivious to it, but I'm quite sure he almost died. I'm not quite sure what the tap on the chest thing was about. I think he's just cueing them to pull the shoulders back. James' best power snatch is 126. 110 was actually all he could work up to today. Anything more just wasn't there. That looked like a pretty nice snatch to me. Chris still on his first exercise there with 160 front squat. In between here, James tried 120 and couldn't hit it, and it was pretty much a train wreck, so I had him get a couple more reps with 110 and then move on. Don liked that one. Here's 180. Chris's best front squat's 192 also, same as James. So he's working in about the same range. Neither one of them are, his 180 looked a little easier than James, but neither one of them are quite able to hit their maxes at this point. And here's an attempt at 190. After looking at 88, I thought he was going to get that, but when he started up out of the hole, he got forward. I think he might have been able to get that if he tried it a few more times. But yeah, after Caleb and Tom got done snatching about 45 minutes with Don, they both did 5 clean and jerks at 170. As you can see there with Caleb, actually looked pretty good. Actually, on Caleb's fifth one, he got a little carried away and just jerked it twice. Jerked it, loaded, and jerked it again. So they were definitely not, fatigued, but not dead. Still able to do some decent reps. That was a little bit of a press out there. And here we have, that's the last I filmed of the morning workout. So here's the afternoon workout starting. And for the afternoon workout, we started out with a snatch complex. Snatch plus hang snatch plus overhead squat plus drop snatch. And Travis and James worked together over here in the corner. And there wasn't a lot of laughing or goofing around over here in the morning or in the afternoon workout, because like I said, this is where Travis said he was so fatigued that he felt like he was drunk. He was like dizzy. No one was in exactly great spirits. They were just trying to concentrate on getting the work done. Travis did an awful lot of work yesterday, and he was having real trouble holding the bar over his head. To me, his pull looked really good, but there were some misses involved. And I mean, he was just putting the bar what looked to be right in the right spot and just not supporting it and having it come straight back down. But he did a ton of power jerks yesterday. Went up heavy, attempted PR singles and doubles, came back down, did 4 or 5 sets of 5 with a little bit lighter weights, and really wore his shoulders out. Now, James is going to make this set, and I was actually really surprised based on his snatching performance in the morning. And the fact that he's not a very good overhead squatter or drop snatcher. I think this was actually a PR drop snatch for him. Just not an exercise that he's real good at so far. Who knows, maybe in the future, but he's had trouble with it. Sometimes Travis takes an awful long time to get his straps on the bar and get set up, but he's a very deliberate lifter. James is more grab the bar and yank on it and scream, and Travis is just very, very deliberate in how he gets a hold of the bar. Of course, there you saw him miss the first, and it wasn't a bad pull. The bar wasn't in the wrong place. It wasn't a bad pull, but he just couldn't support it. Shoulders were just gone. You saw James. I'm actually impressed that James could press that out. He's not really built like a guy that would be able to press out big weights. I think he's going to miss this drop snatch, but again, even the 120 was 10-15 kilos above his PR drop snatch, so I was impressed just to get that. 30 just a little too much. And you could tell Mike was forward on his feet there throughout the pull. On that first one anyway, not the second one. Mike not exactly doing the best job drop snatching area. It's a tricky exercise to get the hang of, you know. I've seen some people, you know, Justin Brumhall, you know, 7, 8, 10 years ago, you know, he could drop snatch like 170 even when his snatch was only 130. Real good at that exercise. I've seen some other people. Damon Fox is another one, you know, that was just excellent at drop snatches. But some people just aren't good at them and don't seem to get good at them, which is not really any big deal. This will be a PR double if James can make this. Even without the overhead squat and drop snatch, it could be a PR double, but he just barely doesn't make it. It was 135, by the way. That's one of the things that gives me such great confidence, you know, in James as far as being an exceptional lifter in the future. You know, I mean, no, he's human and he doesn't come in every day on every exercise and just crush everything. But, you know, there's those times when I know he's tired. You know, I know he's tired. Everyone around him is tired. He'd have to be Superman to not be tired. And he'll still surprise you and pull something off. He just wills himself to do a big weight. And, you know, not everyone has that quality. Some people, they get tired and they're almost like mentally self-defeating. You see that? Chris does that about every other day. He does some wild save in the bottom that just humans shouldn't be able to do. I've seen him literally end up facing backwards in the snatch by the time he walks around with it in the hole trying to get the balance. It's Chris. He's got some balance. You know, I was saying a minute ago, some people, you know, when they get tired, they don't believe they can do it. You know, I'm tired. I shouldn't be able to do max weights. You know, I shouldn't be able to make a PR. They don't think they can, so they just don't. That's one good quality James has. He always thinks he can. No matter how tired he is, he's going for it. You know, he thinks he can somehow will himself to do it. You know, when you think that way, sometimes you're going to be able to. You know, Zella's got a lot of that same quality too. You know, there is no excuse in Mike Zella's mind to have a bad workout or not lift max weights and not make a PR. You know, he expects to make a PR every workout, no matter how tired he is or if he's hurting or sore or whatever. He believes he can do it no matter what. And you know, when you have that belief in yourself, it makes you a dangerous man.
Nice. Go, Mike.
There, Travis was so disgusted with himself for not being able to make those heavier weights on the snatch complex that we did. He came back and did some singles, and that was 30. This is 34. And I think this will be 30. No, that's Mike again. I didn't film very many of the cleans.
Go, Travis.
I think Mike ended up cleaning 150. Tatum ended up cleaning 160. Chris Goot cleaned 160. Cooper cleaned 170 or 180. I think 170. I will say this: there were probably 12 misses there at 140 before he actually made it. But I mean, Travis has a stubborn streak as much as anybody. He was not leaving the gym. You know, that sometime in there, you know, I mean, he was so tired he was weaving on his feet when he walked, and but he was not leaving the gym until he did that 140 snatch. And sometimes that's frustrating as a coach when people just totally deviate from the program, but that's the kind of stubbornness you got to have to be a great weightlifter, and Travis absolutely has it. I was real happy with how everyone did today.